So this was my gameplay against my coach in the training session, and we are going to look at this video. So d4 knight f6 c4 e6. I am playing white and I played g3. This is called the Catalan opening. My opponent Grandmaster Golochapo plays d5. I goes knight f3 dc4. dc4 was already a new move to me because it's very aggressive in nature, and if you don't know what's happening, the position can quickly get under trouble since I would just be a pawn down here. So I am thinking, what should I do? Should I go queen a4 check with the idea to play queen c4 immediately, or should I play the move bishop g2? The main idea behind bishop g2 is we are sacrificing the pawn for a moment, but in return we get a huge compensation. But in the end I chose queen a4. That was much more simpler move compared to bishop g2. And also queen a4 check means I'm going to get my pawn immediately. So my opponent Grandmaster played the move c6. I took the pawn and he played b5. The idea behind playing the move b5 is to play the move bishop b7 next. So I have to play queen b3, bishop b7, bishop g2. A very normal opening moves. Opponent goes a6, basically defending the pawn on b5. I played castles. He plays c5. A good move, opening up his bishop before developing his e7 bishop. And after the move c5, I was kind of thinking, should I play dc5 or should I play bishop g5, because dc5 means I don't want to develop my opponent's bishop in a one go. But here if you look at it, I have to go dc5. Okay, that's was one of my friends, Shiv Soham, and yeah, he just said, what are you doing, just record the board instead of recording me. And yeah, he took with bishop and I went here knight e5, a very strong move again. The idea is I want to neutralize his b7 bishop for my g2 bishop. My opponent took, I took back. Now my main intention is to go queen f3, very important, attacking his rook on 8. The engine doesn't like this move, but during the game I remember I was very happy with my position here, since my next moves are going to be very simple. My queen is on a very good diagonal here, and I can easily go, let's say, knight c3, rook d1. My opponent goes knight d7, attacking my knight on e5, at the same time defending his a8 rook. After knight d7, I was thinking, do I want to exchange his knight or do I want to go knight d3? I was a bit confused here between these two variations, and in the end I just took his knight on d7. He took it with the queen, and it's safe to say here black has already equalized the position completely. Maybe he might be slightly preferable because of his control in the center, but yeah, it's still a game, it's still a very complicated game, and anything can happen. In a sense, my next move is going to be rook d1 and maybe go bishop g5 next. As you can see, I'm very focused here, usually playing blitz. I look here and there, but during this game I really wanted to beat my coach. But yes, we will see what happened. Here I took a sip of water. After knight c3, my opponent is thinking what exactly to do, and since the move for black is not really easy, how can he convert his advantage? In a sense, I'm just threatening to play bishop g5 next. Here my opponent goes finally rook c8. Basically the idea behind rook c8 is to control that file, and after bishop g5, which he predicted, of course, he plays bishop d4. As you can see back, he is Arjun Kalyan. He was also with me during this training camp. It was way long back when I was around, like, I was FIDE master, and Arjun Kalyan is a grandmaster now, but he was international master. And yes, you can see a child there. She was not part of the camp, but she just came to visit, and we are just having fun. We are playing blitz games here and there. So I played rook d3 here. The idea behind playing the move rook d3 is defending the c3 knight, and here he took with bishop c3. Here I mean, the cameraman has done one of the worst jobs ever of recording a video in this sense. I would never never give him the camera again. But okay, bishop into c3, we have the game. I went rook c3, I took back with the queen. Position is equal. Currently I prefer white now, apparently, because of the fact that my position is very easy to play. I might go a4 next. My bishop is strong. Okay, knight e3, knight e4 was a strong move, basically exchanging into this endgame queen, knight and rook versus bishop, rook and bishop. So after the move queen e3, my opponent is thinking what he should be doing, and he didn't exchange the queens, which is very logical. And here at this moment already is threatening to take my bishop, and that's what we call discover check. So I have to be much more cautious here, because if I am not, I might just lose the bishop with it the game. Here I played f3, I took back, immediately h6 happened, and here I played queen d2, rook d8. So currently we are in time pressure now. Queen c2, yeah, the cameraman is one of the worst job, but okay, rook queen d5 goes rook c1. Rook c1 is a mistake. Okay, can't he just grab the a2 pawn? I don't understand. Okay, my opponent didn't. It's very, very surprising. But okay, I didn't play rook c1, I played a3. It's a bit of an error, but okay. Now a3 and the position is transposed to the game which we are seeing. If you can see the time, I have around 45 seconds. My opponent has 42 seconds. It's going to get thrilling, you know, as the time goes on. It's going to get thrilling. So here what did my opponent did? He played queen d4, right? Just controlling the center. And here, as far as I remember, I was thinking, how do I get rid of this mess, you know, because I don't have very easy moves to play. Like I cannot go queen c3, because if I play queen c3, he's just going to take the queen and go rook d2. Okay, in the position he goes g6, defending the back rank issues forever. I went b4. Now my idea is to go queen c3, and once queen c3 happens, the queens are exchanged. It would be easy to hold a draw at least. So I played queen c3. What else? After queen c3, once the queens are exchanged, it's easy to make a draw. So at this point he's thinking probably to exchange queens or to keep the queens, because it's a tough decision. If he wants to play for a win, he has to keep the queens. If he's fine with the draw, it's better to exchange the queens, and he exchanged the queens, of course. Rook takes, his rook penetrates on d2, attacking my e2 pawn, and he played it very fast. He's shaking his head apparently, and I don't know why he's shaking his head, but maybe he was not so happy with his position. But the thing is, it's, yeah, he has to be like, that's the best thing he can do so far, yeah. And his king comes to the party. I went king f3 with the idea to play e4. He went king e7, and now I went e4, just controlling the center. King e2, rook g2, attacking the g3 pawn. So I go, okay, check, in between check, king c6, king d4, very important move again. f6. The idea is from me to stop king e5 from happening. I went rook c3 check. He went king b6. What else at this point? And king b6 is a mistake, because I can go e5 or f5. I went rook f3, which is another mistake. We are playing under seconds here, so every move has to be super fast. Rook d2, king e3, rook g2, king d4, rook a2, rook d3, and a5 was a mistake. But yes, he, as you know, he's trying for a win. I should have just taken the pawn and played king c5, but yes, at that point I was happy with the draw, you can say. So I'm just repeating the moves back and forward. He went rook a2, there is nothing progress. He went e5 now finally, and here, as far as I remember, I played f5, of course. He took, and now my idea is to play king e4 and penetrate with king d5, and now my king is going to, okay, I check, I took the pawn. He went rook b3, rook g6, defending the g3 pawn, and now I'm trying to promote my f pawn, and he took. I played f6, and this is winning for me. Rook f3, defending the pawn, and he's trying to push his own, and king c5. That was a huge error. Huge error. And I checked here, I checked back, because he cannot really go king c8 or c7, because I will just play rook to a7 in a sense, yeah. And we just kept on checking, and he checked again, and I checked again, and basically that's how the game ended, in a draw. He offered me a draw here. I'm just looking at him what to do, and yeah, we agreed for a draw here. So yes, that was the game.